Welcome back to BLOCKTV. You're here with Trader's Take. The last couple of days have seen some very bullish price action from the bulls as they were able to put some gas back into this cryptocurrency engine. So let's take a look at what we're seeing today within the cryptocurrency space. It's a little bit mixed with a lot more green than some red. And we'll take a look under the hood, look at what the charts are telling us, and see if this bull run has any legs or if we're looking at lower prices ahead. So obviously we're going to start off with Bitcoin, taking a look at a little shorter term chart. Now, here on Trader's Take, we really like to take the charts and update them as the days go by to see what traders are doing within the market and where the prices might go. So as we look at Bitcoin, we're really paying attention to this 3,600 to 3,750 level. We're working out to the apex of this wedge that we've been talking about for the last couple of weeks as Bitcoin, along with the rest of the cryptocurrency space, has just continued to stair-step down. What have we seen a few days ago? Like I said, the bulls put in a little bit of work. Now, if they can get to the top of this wedge, this 3,600, 3,750 level, and they can break above that, then I want to see a little bit of a bull run. But if they get slammed down again and the bears come in, look out below. So again, let's go take a look at a longer term chart, kind of help us put this all in perspective. Now, again, 1,800 to 2,200, that is the level that I'm really looking for. I'm looking for this capitulation, just scaring prices. But there's a little bit coming in that might be beneficial for the bulls, and that's moving average cross divergence, MACD. It's implying right now that the bears are losing a little bit of steam. Now, could we see a little bit of a dead cat bounce from the bulls? I don't know. Waits to be seen, but it's getting a little bit more constructive in the Bitcoin space. So now, again, with Bitcoin, as I was talking about this capitulatory bottom, 1,800, 2,200 price level, this is kind of the roadmap that we're using to see what's going to take place. Now, if this wedge resolves lower, again, I'm looking for super strong, very long-term support dating back a few years here. And then that's when I think we might have a resumption of the bull market. So let's move on to the next top traded coin. So what do we see here? Ethereum. I wanted to throw on a rounded bottom pattern, right? It sounds very basic, and to be honest, it is pretty basic. It's also not the most reliable, but for some reason, it tends to play out a lot. So I want to keep an eye on what's going on because right now in Ethereum, prices seem to be dead. We have a lot of spinning tops, as we called, which looks just like a children's toy of a spinning top. As you can see, spinning top, spinning top. What does that imply? Pure and utter indecision. And again, let's look at RSI, which is another very important tool that traders are using, relative strength index. Not quite printing oversold, but it's below the 50 level, which is implying that the bears are still in control. So again, we're waiting to see what's taking place within Ethereum. So moving on, now we have XRP. Again, we are aimlessly wandering in the desert of the bears and lower volatility. RSI, again, in bearish territory. MACD not showing us much of anything. And right now, prices are consolidating below the midpoint of the volume by price level. None of this looks bullish for XRP. And again, if the bulls can't step in and push prices higher, the bears are going to remain in control, and XRP just has nowhere to go. So as we're moving on, Litecoin. Litecoin is a new addition to the top 4 or 5 traded coins right now. As you can see from the rally in cryptocurrencies, the bulls really put in a lot of work, and they're really trying to repair this chart. Not too much to be said about the shorter term daily chart that we're looking at right now. But again, consolidation of some gains up at that 45 to 47 level. Let's see if the bulls can hold it. But with Litecoin, I want to look at the longer term chart and see, did that bullish price action, is it actually repairing it, or is this just a dead cat bounce, as we call it? So let's take a look. Right now, we are seeing a little bit of constructive price action. We're having some higher highs, some higher lows. Not only that, we have increasing volume from the bulls, which again is very good to see. This is exactly what we want to see. This is some oomph behind this bullish move. But we're below that 60 level, and that 60 level is going to provide a lot of resistance to the bulls. But if they can get above it, this longer term chart is going to look a little bit more constructive, but I'd still be a little bit wary. I would sleep with one eye open on this one. So EOS has been much more interesting for me. What I'm seeing right now is we're still trading in this pattern, but right now we're seeing, again, higher highs and higher lows in the RSI, which is pretty good, but I wouldn't put too much stock into it just yet because, again, as you can see from last week, we had this huge push higher, which is going to push RSI higher. Until I can see a longer-term higher highs and higher lows in RSI, I'm not jumping behind this coin just yet to get too bullish on it. But again, this $2.75 level to the $3, we're pushing to this top of this wedge pattern here. Can last week's rally hold? Again, it waits. We got to wait and remain to be seen. But again, we're above this $2.75 to $3 level here. This is where most traders have been trading this particular coin. Let's see what can take place as the weeks come by. But again, this is getting a little bit more constructive. So again, what have we seen within the cryptocurrency space? Last week, the bulls were able to step in. They're trying to repair the charts, but again, we seem to just be wandering around in this desert of not really knowing where prices are going to go. I'm still under the impression that we need what we term a capitulatory bottom. Again, I want to see prices crash. I want to see people throw in the towel. But right now, what might be taking place and what I keep an eye on is the fact that the bulls might take control for the next couple of weeks, push prices higher, suck more buyers in before the bears eventually take control, slam prices down, especially in Bitcoin, to that 1,800, 2,200 level. We see prices that we haven't seen in 5 to 6 years. Everyone throws in the towel, gets scared, and then that's when we have this resumption of the bull market and the cryptocurrencies can start to rally again. Stay tuned for Traders Take in a couple of days, and we'll see where the charts are taking us. Trade them well.